I think there was this general thought in the room that it's just one page. Agents typically ask for 10 to 50 pages.
This is a super common misconception that I see with querying authors all the time. They assume that because agents ask for pages, they will be reading all of those pages, and that is absolutely not true. Agents often get 50 emails a day where they are going through so many manuscripts that their inboxes are flooded. It takes a long time to query because most of the time it takes months just to get a response from a literary agent because they are so backlogged with queries that have been sent earlier. When you're getting so many books, it's very easy to get ridiculously picky very quickly, which means that you often only have a sentence or two to impress a literary agent. So if you only have 2 sentences to impress them, what are you going to say in those 2 sentences? Samantha Weckstein just posted on Twitter today that she sees a lot of problems in the first pages because most authors start with explanation instead of a scene, which basically means that they're starting with the idea of world building or character building instead of putting the character in a problem and having them solve it. But this can get a little tricky because the big question that readers always have to ask is, why do I care about this character? You can have a character running across rooftops fleeing assassins, but we don't know anything about this character, so why do we give a shit that she's fleeing assassins? What makes us want to follow that character as she's going through this harrowing moment in her life? And that's where this advice gets very muddled about first pages, because you really only have a couple minutes to hook somebody, but you also have to make them instantly connect with the person that you're writing about. So when an agent is looking for solid pages, what they're looking for is immersive pages. They are looking for something that makes us understand who the main character is and why we should care. And that's something that a lot of writers don't really seem to understand. Your idea is not enough. Everybody in the world who is writing a book has an amazing idea. Yours is not special. But the way to make it special is by connecting us with the character who will be our vehicle throughout this entire book. If the vehicle is shitty, we don't want to get in the car. So how are you going to convince me that this is worth my time? Especially when you get into the neurodivergent community, which takes a lot of spoons just to invest in a new character or story. Agents have no spoons for your book. They are reading too many, they are inundated with novels, and your book has to be fucking spectacular to stand out. Does this mean that your book is bad if they reject you? Absolutely not. What it means is that it did not hook them in the first 2 pages, so it doesn't matter how gorgeous the prose is later on. A lot of new authors talk to me and they're like, but my book is so good when you hit the 40% mark. And I'm just like, well, that's all great and dandy, but readers will never hit the 40% mark, and an agent certainly won't if your first pages are not fucking solid. So if you're in the querying trenches, you are in some intense competition. There is a reason we call it the trenches. If you're not getting any bites, your first pages probably need work. It doesn't mean your idea is bad. It just means that your delivery in the first page may not be on par for what they're reading. So fix it.